Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Tiger. This is a DisneyNature documentary. It is an hour and 29 minutes long from 2024, so it's pretty new. It's one of the latest DisneyNature documentaries about a specific animal group. We've seen them do penguins and a lot of stuff. I can't remember, but I've seen pretty much most of them, or if not all of them. It is narrated by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Yes, I'm not going to diminish her. I don't want to necessarily diminish her by this, but that she's married to one of the Jonas brothers. I don't know which one, but one of them. There's three. I'm pretty sure. If there's extra ones laying around somewhere, I'm not aware of it. But this is just, she narrates the entire thing appropriately because this takes place in India. And about 70% of the world's tigers, I believe, are in India. Especially this type of tiger. And we get a good look at just the... I honestly, I don't understand how they get some of these shots. We get a good look at the lives of at least two, almost just about three generations of tigers. We focus on one specific one that they name. They do that even though, yes, they don't have names. They live in the wilderness. They have no contact with human beings technically, and they're just observing. And they build a narrative around what's going on, what they believe is going on, and or at least they create one with the footage they got. There's a lot of photographers and videographers that are part of this that just capture some of these just astounding, just so... I don't know how they get some of the cameras inside some of the caves and in places where they sleep. They have to have smelt the humans being there at some point. I don't know. It's strange. But we deal with one female tiger and the cubs she gives birth to, 4 of them, and her life of just trying to protect them, raise them, and eventually send them off to be on their own. And there's a lot to protect them from. Not just themselves. They're adorable, by the way. If you love cute cat videos, this is the ultimate cute big cat video because there's just a lot of footage of just the cubs just being silly and goofy, just like your cat at home or dog at home, but cat mainly. So we see that her job is to oversee them, feed them, pretty much serve this, provide them milk by taking the time away from protecting them by going out and hunting for food, and which she can then consume and then provide milk to them. So it's a difficult balance because at any time these small, indefensible little cubs can very often disappear real quick into the stomach of another animal. And we get some close calls early on in this story from a python. There's, of course, there's sloth bears around. They kind of keep separate, but there's crocodiles. There are just what else was there? There's a number of different just animals that you just don't want to cross paths with. Primarily that python, who got really, really close. And there's like a warning system throughout the jungle that sometimes activates. The monkeys tend to keep that active. They're yelling when there's a possible youngling being threatened by another creature. I guess that's how it really works. They actually look out for each other. I don't know how that necessarily works. Usually they look out for themselves, but in this sequence, some of the monkeys start screeching. It wakes up the cubs. The cubs start screeching, meowing loud, roaring in their little tiny voices, and Mom comes running to fight off the attacker. And the kids are okay. However, the most dangerous one is always the male tiger, because they need to have a kingdom and they need to assert dominance. They are willing. They do not see the difference between cubs of another female and food. Yeah, they will tear the little ones apart if it means a full belly and the right to mate with their mother so he can have cubs of his own to replace whatever she had, those other ones. Yeah, that's, and it's a lot of times there's a lot of tactics that goes on in this, and one of the things is that she has to hide the fact that she even has cubs, and she kind of has to cozy up to him, sort of flirt with him, and sort of say, "Hey, you sprayed on that tree. I'm going to spray on that tree too. Come on over to my place. We can hang out for a couple days." Making sure the kids are off on their own, far enough away that he will never catch their scent, and then stuff happens. Maybe there's one sequence that actually happens, or at least it's again edited to be that way. I don't know if any of this actually. The story is structured based on actual things that can happen within the tiger community, but I don't know if they actually captured this entire sequence of events as it actually happened. But I don't know. But so while the kids are off safe, she's taken one for the team. Never mind the fact that she is unable to have any more cubs at this point, but he doesn't know that. So she gives it up so that he can be happy, let's just say, and not decide to threaten anybody, especially her cubs. But that doesn't always last forever. Eventually, the cubs get big enough, and she's got to make a decision. There's the hardest decision a mother can make, and that's to no longer protect them, to no longer have them under her protection, and she has to act as if they are nothing to her, pushing them basically out of the nest, not feeding them, not giving them a piece of her deer that she caught, threatening them to kill them if they try to take a bite like they would normally any other day. It's heartbreaking. So yeah, there's a lot that goes on in this, and yeah, not everybody survives. So it's beautifully shot. It's the kind of thing that if I was in elementary school and I like school well enough, but I did well in school. But honestly, if the teacher turned this on in a mid to late May time of the year, as the school year was ending, and said, "I don't feel like teaching. Here, watch a thing about tigers," I'd be all in. So maybe that's what the kids will be doing today, or tomorrow, or sometime in the next few weeks. I don't know when school lets out anymore. I don't know. It feels like they go back in July, and they end in June and they go back in July. I don't even know what's going on with the summer here in America, but yeah, it's got some ups and downs. It looks beautiful, and every once in a while they cut away to do a little bit of a sub feature on like frogs in a rainy mating season, and you get to see some really close up, just fantastic shots of them kicking each other off of rocks, just so they can assert dominance, so they have the chance to mate with whoever they want. So yeah, if you want to see some pretty cool shots of frogs kicking each other in the face, this is for you in a documentary called Tiger. Who'd have thought? But yeah, it's silly at times. It's funny. It's sad. It is breathtaking at times. So it's DisneyNature. They always do whatever their subject is. They always do it right. So definitely check this out if you get a chance. If this is your thing, but if not, maybe tomorrow's thing is your thing. 20. A's, B's, C's. 20 is it's the B's, and something I've been wanting to watch for a while. It is, yes, another documentary, but not the same type of documentary. It's not just nature. We've had a lot of shark stuff. We've had tiger stuff before, but this one, we're looking at the Beatles from 1964. No, not the Bugs. The Beatles. From Liverpool, England. I think it's a series. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's a series. So I'm going to at least watch one episode before I come back and talk about it. But I have a feeling I want to watch the entire thing. I still haven't watched the rest of the Peter Jackson stuff. It's just, they're really long. They're really long. But Beatles 64 is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.